Good morning everyone, hope you're all keeping well. Just sat here looking out my window and we've got the first snowfall of the year here in the UK. Not sure about the rest of the UK, but up in the north where I live it's actually snowing and I'm quite excited because, as you all know, I do like a snowfall. I know we sound a little bit pathetic in the UK when we see a bit of snow, but it is a slight novelty for us. But I'm sorry for the rest of you who seem to hate it. But anyway, today I wanted to share, I'm calling these my de-stashing journals. I suppose like us all, I've got a pile of stuff that I've just been hoarding. I've got laces here, some are antique. I've got near enough a trunk full upstairs as well. And I've finally decided I'm going to bite the bullet and start using scraps. Also, like us all, little bits of stuff that when we do projects we have left over. So I'm biting the bullet and I'm making 3 of these, hopefully 3. In my mind I think I'm doing this. Obviously this one is done, it's called Paris. I'm working on a nature one and I think the final one will be vintage, but they'll all be similar in style. They'll have lots of laces in and the same size. They are going to measure 6 by 4 and I quite like this size. I don't normally make journals this size, but I just find them very lovely to hold in your hand. And some of the journals I've got are quite large, and when I'm sitting writing at night sometimes I feel large, but I thought this might be my go-to size for a bit. I'm really loving it. They have 5 signatures, 100 pages front to back. And like I said, they are made up mainly with paper, but I've used a lot of laces. The cover, I've used a doily, and then I've just layered the front of it up with corrugated cards, some music paper, some lace snippets, a little bit of paper doily, a bit of Edith Holden, pom-pom trim, and a little, do they call them the Tim Holtz assemblage or something? I bought them a bit back and never used them, so something else that's just sat there along with buttons and charms, etc. So those actually will be my first 3 projects before I start on anything else, because I'm bad for starting things, printing things out, starting something else, and then you end up with loads of stuff printed, and this is the mess I've got in, so I'm going to do something about it. Right, I'm just check I'm in frame. Right, cover I've just used some Tim Holtz paper I had left over from one of his packs. Not sure which one it is. I've done a little lace pocket here with a little lace strip with a couple of little journaling cards in. This journal I've tried to do bits of collage work in because I've sort of got bored with my style and I'm trying to I've been watching so much YouTube videos lately. And before I start, actually I do need to give a shout out. Several ladies I know work with a lot of lace, and I want to give them a shout out because they've been really, really inspiring to me. Lately I've been binge watching Heidi McGregor's channel. You all know Heidi uses lace and lovely collage work in her journals, and I really love her journals, and she's really inspired me lately. Along with Angie Bunner, of course, who Denise from Practice Makes Pretty has a lot of her journals on her thing. I will put the links to these ladies' channels underneath. Another lady who uses a lot of lace, Cardile, I love her work too. She uses lots of vintage laces and stuff. So those 3 ladies are really... Oh, I'm sorry, and Chrissie, Crosser, is it Chrissie from Chrissie's Attic? She's always uses a lot of lace, and her work was lovely as well. And I also want to give out a shout out to my friend Katie from Katie's Craft Store. She does lovely, lovely work, and at the moment she's really inspiring me because she's got some spring journals in. So I will link all them ladies below for you to have a peek at. Right, I suppose I better start getting on this instead of waffling. A little bit of collage here I've made into a tuck spot, some little journaling cards in, some Paris washi tape, some book page. I've also tried to use up all scraps of pages I've got. This was some wallpaper I've picked up. I've got into the habit now of everywhere going picking up little bits of wallpaper, which does come in handy. A lace flip out, a little tuck spot where I've just put a little notebook which has been coffee stained just for some extra journaling. Another little journaling pocket with a little lace pocket, some more lace trim, and here I've made it's a little tuck spot on the top which has just got a little tag in, a couple of journaling cards, made it into a little fabric pocket with a button at the bottom. And here is just one of the Tim Holtz die cuts where I've just put in some little journaling cards. They're always handy, these, for just putting little snippets and notes in. Little pom-pom trim. Some more of this Paris washi tape. A couple of journaling cards. Lace pocket. I found it really hard actually cutting my lace because I've been storing it for so long. I keep thinking, oh, this will make an amazing project. And of course, I just haven't been using it. So I've decided to bite the bullet now and start using stuff, because sometimes things are just so pretty to be left lying about in a box, in a trunk, whatever. Little bit of music paper, some baking paper, some more trim. A lot of these images, I'm not quite sure where the kits come from because I've had them for ages. There are odd pages here and there. There will be some Arty Maze in here. I think that might be Nectar Creations, but like I said, I'm really not sure because I've used just bits of what I've got lying around. Some more journaling cards. I've tried to keep this a little bit of a French theme, obviously, with the Eiffel Tower in, some ledger paper. This was some more wallpaper as well, and I thought I'd actually love that in my room because I just love anything with Paris. Hoping actually to go to Paris again in May for the French Open tennis, if I can get some tickets when they go on sale. I'm planning a little long weekend again in Paris, so maybe something to look forward to later in the year. Little bit of, I've made a tuck spot here with some corrugated card. A little Paris notebook. I think these papers are from Antique Papery. Does ring a bell. I have had bits of stuff knocking about as well. As I said, it's 5 signatures. I have listed it in my Etsy shop because I've had a couple of I did put the pictures up yesterday, and a couple of ladies have PM'd me to see if it's for sale. It's in my Etsy store, if anybody's interested. Done a little just a little journaling booklet, really. Some extra ledger paper. I just thought I'd tuck in some more vintage lace trim, some more wallpaper, ledger paper, a bit of a flip up, which I've just put some more lace on. Actually, once you cut into your lace, it's, I don't know, you feel though you can go on then. It's just that first initial doing something, isn't it? This is some Tim Holtz remnants I have left over. Little tuck spot there. Bit of a doily, which has been coffee stained. Some ledger paper. Some more just plain paper space for. Oh, I do know that. I think is one of Zoe Torfield's. I think that's Nectar's Creations. Really bad actually with where these have coming from. Yeah, I think that's definitely Nectar Creations, and that's definitely, I think, Zoe's butterfly collection. I'm not sure if it's called that. Here I've just done a little inventory tag. I've just done a little lace belly band, which I've just tucked in, which these are always good for journaling, making. I use these for writing appointments on when I've got dental appointments, etc. Here I've made a little pocket out of some antique lace. A couple of little tags, a die cut behind. Some more that Paris washi and just a little page I've collaged up. A little bit of a fabric lacy flip thing, a bit of stamping underneath. Another tuck spot which I've just laid up again with some music paper, some lace scraps. Don't know about you, but I can't even throw away little lace scraps. They do always come in handy for things. I'm just looking outside now at the snow. Spring does seem a long time away to thinking of spring journals, but I guess it will soon come round. A little bit of music paper. Here I've made, I think this was a cuff or a collar, a lace, a vintage collar that I think I picked it up. It was on, I think it was off a blouse, but I did cut it off because it was just so pretty. Here I've just put a few little bits of an envelope, journaling card and a little bit more of journaling paper. I'm so fiddly me when I'm taking things out. More journaling space, that's the word I'm looking for. Here I've just made a little tag up of a vintage lady, a little bit of lace, music paper, little tag on behind. I think I'm coming up to the last signature now. I've said there is 5 signatures in 100 pages front to back. More journaling space. A couple of Tim Holtz little bits and pieces. Just made a little booklet out of some scraps. They're always handy for jotting notes down. I love these. I think they're a great way of using your scraps up, because in your journal you fill them, even if you just put appointments in, birthdays. When they're filled, you can just throw them away and put another one in with your scraps. So I always think your journal is always ongoing. Mine always seem to be ongoing anyway. I just reuse things, even gesso over pages if I don't want my journal to end. Another little journaling card. And this was a vintage doily which I've cut apart. I've got, it was a massive doily this, just show it you quickly. And I picked it up recently in a charity shop. But it was just a lovely piece, and it's got loads of little round doily things on them. But I'm going coffee staining some of these this afternoon because they are a bit white. So this one's already been pre-coffee stained. Some more ledger paper, music paper, more journaling space. And at the back here, I've just left it as because it was starting to get a little full. I didn't really want to stuff it anymore. I didn't really want an alligator mouth sort of thing. As you can see, it's getting quite chunky. But I've just done a little pocket there. So, I mean, a lot of this stuff is removable if whoever gets it, you know, wants to remove everything. But I've just put another little booklet in. And a little journaling card. These were a freebie from someone, and I can't think who. Sorry, I'm not very good at remembering where things have come from, because some of them I've had for years. So that's basically it. Oh, this bottom piece here of lace, I couldn't make my mind up if I was going to cut it so it looked like that, or just leave it. And because I couldn't make my mind up, I decided to leave it, because I think it folds over nicely when you're closing it. But like I said, that's personal choice. If anyone wanted to cut it off, and cut it off. But I don't know. I just thought it sort of folded over nicely and covered the journal and protected it a little bit. Anyway, like I said, that's the first of a trilogy I'm making. And they all will be sort of similar size and very similar, but with sort of different, obviously different papers and what have you. Thanks for hanging around watching, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day, because I'm going to get out in the snow this afternoon with my camera. That's the plan anyway. Okay, thanks very much for watching. Talk to you all soon. Bye.